So we're just going to carry on with the exercises and really preparing us for these 5 topic areas. So everyday activities, which includes food and drink, human body and health. So we'll be practicing that through a number of past paper activities and textbook centered work. Then we've got personal and social life, so leisure time, self, family and friends. The world around us, so people and places. So looking at kind of more culture, so Spanish speaking countries and nationalities, and also pressing issues of the world, so the environment, the climate, weather, technology, debating whether technology is a good thing or not. And then D topic, we're looking at the world of work, education and jobs. So talking a bit about what you'd like to do in the future as well. They all kind of link to our own opinions and what we think. And then E, the international world, countries, nationalities and languages. So they're the topics that we're going to focus on, which aren't dissimilar to what you would have done already with your teacher last year. And we're preparing for these 4 exams. So I won't go through them all because I'm sure you're aware there's a listening paper, a reading paper. Again, they take the form of multiple choice and matching questions, which is quite nice, really. Paper 3 is speaking. So candidates complete 1 role play and conversations on 2 topics. Again, we'll practice this using the role play cards they use. And when we've kind of recycled those and gone through those, we can then, create our own and practice with each other. So we'll do plenty of speaking. And then paper 4, writing. So 1 form filling task, 1 directed writing task, and 1 task in the format of an email, letter or article blog, which we'll practice throughout the year. So yeah, I think pretty straightforward. They're all roughly the same marks, 40 to 45. Okay. And we'll go through again the textbook, the Cambridge IGCSE textbook, but also heavily kind of going through past papers. And I think Ella and Audrey are coming in. Kind of different past papers that we can access. So if we go up a little bit, I've got an activity from the Cambridge IGCSE past paper. So it says, mira los dibujos. So look at the pictures. Para cada pregunta, escribe la letra correcta A F en la casilla. So you've got A, Mariano, quiero ser un cocinero famoso. B, Jaime, mi gran sueño es trabajar con los animales. C, Fernando, me gustaría ser deportista. D, Diego, en el futuro voy a trabajar de cartero. And A, José, me encantaría cuidar a los enfermos. Entonces, lo que vamos a hacer, what we're going to do is escribe la letra correcta en la casilla. So put either A or F based on these sort of big pictures here, the drawings. What do you think it is in each of the boxes? So kind of match them up. Does that make sense? And this is actually taken from a past paper, so similar to what you'll be doing throughout the year and at the end of the year. So I'd like you to give it a go. This is meant to be one of the easier activities on the paper, so I don't think you should find it too hard. And I think with this, just focus on the words that you know. So B, animales, is pretty simple. So you can kind of look at the picture, find one with un animal, and then match it up. So I'll give you a few minutes to just have a go at that past paper exercise.
Should we write on the screen, or how do you want us to answer?
If you've got a piece of paper, you can just write A with the brackets and then a big capital A if you want to just answer it on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Or if it's easier for you to answer on the screen, but I think your answers are coming up, so. Well, we can share answers, it's fine. You want to write on the screen, that's fine. Cool, so what's happened? Right. So I think I can't actually see your answers on there, but let's go through them. So Mariano, quiero ser un cocinero famoso. Was it A, B, C, D, E, or F? Ella or Audrey?
I think it was E.
Yeah, so exactly right. It'd be E. So cocinero is a cook. Okay, I would like to be a famous chef or famous cook. B, Jaime. Mi gran sueño es trabajar con animales. Ambrose?
C.
Yeah, exactly. So mi gran sueño is a really nice phrase. So when you do the topic of work and future kind of professions that you'd like to pursue, mi gran sueño is a really nice phrase. My biggest dream is to work with animals, es trabajar con animales. C, Fernando, me gustaría ser deportista. Anyone for this one?
Is it B?
Yeah, so me gustaría ser deportista. Are you able to translate that?
I would like to do sports.
Well done, good. And me gustaría is a really nice way of just getting in the conditional tense, just bumping up your marks. So me gustaría, you can use that for all topics. D, Diego, en el futuro voy a trabajar de cartero. Ambrose, any ideas?
Uh, A.
Yeah, exactly. So cartero, postman. So in the future, voy a trabajar, I'm going to work de cartero as a postman. José, me encantaría cuidar a los enfermos. Chicas?
It's F.
F, well done. So can you translate that for me as well?
I would like to to help. I know.
Yeah, close. So cuidar, to look after.
I like to look after the sick.
Yeah, excellent, well done. So I would love to look after the sick. So me encantar, to love.
Yeah.
Well done. And again, a really nice phrase, me encantaría, to put into each topic to get your conditional tensing. Cool. And then we've got another past paper activity from the Cambridge IGCSE past paper. Again, this is one of the first activities on the paper, so I haven't gone too difficult yet with the writing and what the activities that come later on. So this one says ley los letreros en la ciudad, and then you've got the name of, I mean, what do you think these are? What do you think they're the names of?
I don't know, like I'm put shops.
Yeah, yeah, like that's a good way of putting it.
Markets.
Yeah, so shops, places in town, perhaps, places you can visit. So for each of these places, we've got carnicería, kiosco, pescadería, pastelería, cajero automático, oficina de turismo, tienda de ropa, and farmacia. You've then got some sentences. So, A, ¿dónde puedo sacar dinero? B, quiero comprar una tarta para el cumpleaños de mi madre. C, necesito información sobre sitios de interés. D, quisiera unas pastillas para el dolor de cabeza. And E, tengo que comprar el periódico para mis padres. So this is a little bit more tricky, it's a bit more challenging, but I'd like you to have a go. So you're matching up A to H, the name places at the top, with A to E at the bottom with the sentences, of what they want. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Finished? More time? Finished? Terminate?
I finished it.
Okay. So A, ¿dónde puedo sacar dinero? Ambrose.
I had E.
Y, excelente, muy bien. Cajero automático. Okay. I'm trying to think what that would be in English. Sort of. My mind's blank. Taking money out. Yeah, where you put your card in and
The
take
cash
money.
machine.
Cash machine, exactly. Well done. B, quiero comprar una tarta para el cumpleaños de mi madre. Las chicas?
Is it D?
D, excelente. Pastelería. Good. So a cake shop. So can you translate B for me into English?
Oh B. I want to buy a cake for my mother's birthday.
Excelente, muy bien. C, necesito información sobre sitios de interés. Ambrose?
F.
F, muy bien. Oficina de turismo. Could you translate the sentence for me?
I need information about places of interest.
Excellent, well done. D, quisiera unas pastillas para el dolor de cabeza. Las chicas?
H.
Muy bien. Farmacia. Are you able to translate D for me?
I want pills
Yeah,
for
well done.
for my headache.
Well done, excellent, spot on. So I would like some pills for my headache. Well done. So if you look at B and D, we've got quiero comprar, and then we've got D, quisiera unas pastillas. Normally we always go for quiero. I want. So we could have said quiero unas pastillas. And we always say quiero comprar, quiero comer, quiero beber. Whereas sometimes it's quite nice, especially when you do your speaking exam, to use quisiera. If you just learn that and try and replace quiero with quisiera, because it's a lot more complicated to form the tense, and it just looks a little bit more sophisticated to be able to say quisiera, because everybody is going to be able to say quiero. So quisiera is I would like. So I would like some pills for my headache. But even in B, so I want to buy a cake for my mother's birthday, you could have said I would like to buy a cake for my mother's birthday, and it just ups it that level to get the higher grade. Y tengo que comprar el periódico para mis padres. Ambrose?
I wasn't sure about this one. Is it B?
Muy bien, sí. So what does it mean in English? The sentence.
I have to buy a newspaper for my parents.
Muy bien. And B, a kiosk, I think it is in English. So a kiosk where you can buy newspapers and magazines and the like. So well done, brilliant. So we've flown through that. So we've got two past paper exercises. I'll really make sure that they form the bulk of future lessons, as well as the activities in the Cambridge IGCSE book. Pero alguna pregunta? Like, is there any question about the course or any doubts or anything that you'd like to clear up at all? No, todo bien? See?
See?
Okay. Well, I'm happy to leave it there if you like. Okay. But yeah, feel free to reach out, to get in touch with me if you have any questions from now to September.